To top of the afternoon to you laddies, it's me, your boy, and we're back again. Inside of this world, it's a very blank world, but there's a chest. This chest should give it away, and if this chest didn't give it away, the title should definitely give it away. Welcome to the latest Bedrock Beta. Yes, that's right, brand new Bedrock Beta today, but I have a little bit of terrible news. I figured today we would start with the lowest news and then just move on up until the grand culmination of the seed reveal of this amazing seed. Like, look at this is world spawn, it's great. But anyways, terrible news. Yesterday, if you were looking for a snapshot video and you thought you missed it, well, you did miss it. And I missed it too. There was no snapshot yesterday. It was the low point of my day for sure. No snapshot this week, next week hopefully, and hopefully sooner than soon, even better a 1.19 snapshot. Please? So that's a little bit of bad news, but if you thought it was done, just wait, there's actually more. The additional modding capabilities and scripting API experimental feature. So this news is actually from 1.18, that's last week. The additional modding capabilities and scripting API are actually being removed. They've been in the beta since 2018, and only in the beta since 2018. They will be leaving the betas forever, just deleted, gone, so make sure you go into the betas before then and pay your final respects. These things are going away, and I gotta be honest, I didn't use these things at all, so I feel no particular ways about these. I feel great. With that news out of the way, all of the bad news is done. Truly, it's all up from here. If you like the sounds of that, destroy like December, it's over. But you can still definitely hit the like button. So, usually how things actually kind of work is the developers will actually ask me if I'm busy. And then if I'm not busy, they get the green light and they release a beta. This day, they actually forgot to ask me. I was in the middle of doing something else. So that's why the video is a little bit later. Sorry about that. Bedrock Beta 1.18.20.21. Still no clue what the numbers actually mean, but in this beta, brand new UI, it's amazing looking, 64-bit seeds, so basically seeds just like Java Edition, really great, and then some frog changes as well. Let's go ahead and kick things off with seeds today. So the seed of this world, this amazing looking world, the world spawn is right there, that's a great looking mountain, there's a village on the mountain. The seed of this world, if we want to check that out, we go into the settings, scroll down, and look at that number. If you play Bedrock Edition, you're only familiar with Bedrock, that's a really long number, like extravagantly long. If you play Java Edition, this is pretty normal looking. World seeds on Bedrock Edition, as of today, this historical moment right here, they've been changed forever. World seeds, when you create a new world, it should consistently be a whole lot longer. Why are they longer? Well, because instead of 32-bit seeds, we have 64-bit seeds. Now, 64-bit seeds are exactly what Java Edition has been using for like the longest time. So this is one that had me thinking, scratching my head and thinking for quite some time. Before the release of 1.18, I believe it was Henrik that stated they were going for complete seed parity with the release of the update. Fast forward, 1.18 released, and not complete seed parity. Bedrock didn't have 64-bit seeds, so not entire seed parity. You see how it works right there. Well, it seems like today, I mean, I haven't tested it, but it seems like today is hopefully the seed parity day. I really hope, because I would love to have this world on Java. It's beautiful. 64-bit seeds potentially means two things. With 64-bit seeds, potentially, and this one definitely needs more testing, but potentially seed parity between Bedrock and Java is fully complete. Big asterisk on that one, though. I'm not saying that happened. Definitely need to test it a little bit more. But then also, thing number two that this means, more world seeds. Now, not that world seeds were a problem before, like there were so many, but now there are so many, like there's a ton of world seeds. Now, moving on from world seed stuff to frogs. Take a look at these frogs right here. Do you notice anything a little bit different? Maybe two things different. Yeah, so right now we're inside of a meadow biome and the color has been changed. It's now appropriate. I don't know what the inappropriate color inside of the meadow biome was before, but I guess it wasn't this color. I can't really remember, but if I had to take a guess, a pretty good guess would probably be the cold one. That would kind of make sense, but no, it makes no sense at all. Orange frog inside of the meadow. And then also, do these frogs look a little bit more jumpy to you, maybe? Well, if they don't, that's because you haven't checked out the frogs enough. The frogs are definitely more jumpy now. Look at this, they're like jumping all over the place, and I think that's gonna mean that if the frog jumps a little bit more, I mean, in a way, it's a little bit faster. The frogs were basically like the slowest thing known to mankind, essentially. Look at how slow they walk. But I mean, if they're gonna jump around, like, that's at least a little bit slower than walking, so I guess that's cool. And yeah, frogs jumping, that's kind of like their whole thing, so jumping more, definitely a good thing, especially when these animations are so clean, crisp, and like literally perfect. This thing sitting over here inside of the water. Small pixels, small texture. The texture is actually a little bit different. Maybe you noticed it, but this thing, previously called the Frog Egg, and I like that name. I had grown attached to the Frog Egg name. It was a great brand. This name is now completely devoid of life. They've ruined it. It's cold, it's emotionless, it makes me feel terrible things. The frog eggs are now called frog spawns. Like frog spawns. Like what? I really don't like that name. I don't think I've ever liked a change or disliked a change as much as this one. Frog spawn. Come on, these things are adorable. They're living. They have feelings, and you call it a frog spawn. Like a frog spawn, literally, right? Like it can't just be me, right? It's so cold and devoid of life. Bring back the frog name now or else. That's right, I've said it. The texture is a little bit better though, so I do like that. And they're slower. So that frog egg that I had sitting over there, I didn't really like specifically time it. It felt like those eggs over there were sitting there for like maybe 5 minutes or something, not an exact time. But that definitely is way longer than what it was before. Oh, and that one that just happened is definitely less than 5 minutes. Like that was their really short amount of time. So it seems like there's going to definitely still be a range here, but in general, the rule should be that these things are going to hatch a little bit slower, which I do think is a good thing. Before, it seemed like they were hatching like after 30 seconds, just like insanely quickly. They're going to take their time now. Everything else when it comes to hatching these things should be the same. They're just going to take a little bit more time. I really can't wait until these things are actually on Java Edition, because then I can test them a little bit more. But for these things to be on Java Edition, we need to finish 1.18.2 first, and that's getting negative. So let's just go ahead and move on. I mean, good things take time, right? That's exactly what they say. So these tadpoles, these poor tadpoles, who would put them on land? We put them on land to check out their hitbox. It's a little bit larger. It is so much easier to hit these tadpoles. Like, definitely, I'm like essentially massacring these things because it's just way easier to actually hit them. Speaking of Java Edition, on Java Edition, there's a shortcut to show the hitboxes. Is there a way to do it on Bedrock? The world may never know. I have no clue if there is or not. I can hear it now from like a million miles away. I'm going to get clowned for this one, but the thing that I am by far the most excited about in today's beta is the menu. But definitely not this menu. Certainly not at all. This is painful. It's my least favorite part about Bedrock Edition. Every single time I go onto Bedrock, and this is a fact, every time I go onto Bedrock and create a new world, my eyes literally start bleeding while I'm in the menu, so I always have to like be really quick. Well, speed today doesn't have to be the thing anymore. So check this out. Go to new design without saving, which means if I like change something right here, did that, and then I went to the new design without saving the name, I'm going to have to type that again. But oh my gosh, I think I'm in love. I think I'm actually finally in love. The first time I've felt this feeling in my entire life. Look at this thing right here. This menu is so good looking. Now, if you caught the news recap video I did from a couple weeks ago, you've seen screenshots of this, but like to actually like move around and press these buttons, I can feel the buttons pressing right here, the explanations right there. I love this menu. I never thought that I could care so much about a menu, but I like deeply care about this thing. It's so nice and clean. They've done such a good job on this. Like, look at this, watch this. Over here are the icons, I switch. Oh my gosh, that animation. That animation, who knew things like this were actually possible? I didn't. I'm feeling like literal heart eye emojis about this entire menu system. So it does feel a little bit broken. I'm pressing the buttons and there's no noise. That's definitely busted, but it's okay. There's time to fix it. At least it looks good. And these explanations, I love them so much. If you're a new player, you don't exactly know the difference between all of these things. Look at this. You don't have to look it up anymore. It's like explained right there, basically. So when you're creating a world in this new menu thing, if it makes it into the game, this is the first thing that we're going to see, minus this top thing. We're going to have world name, we're going to have game mode right there, then we're going to have difficulty. If we move over to advanced, things get, of course, a little bit more advanced here. We have customization options. So flat world, we turn that on. There we go. We have a flat world if I were to make this world. A couple different options here. Everything's explained very nicely. Like this one right here. Perfect example. TNT explodes. Maybe you're like a very sheltered person. You never go outside, never seen grass in your life at all. You just don't know what that means. Well, red box goes boom. That's exactly what it means. I love this. I love this so much. All of the explanations, I just genuinely really like this. I kind of wish that the Java one could maybe change, but at the same time, it's kind of iconic, so maybe not. Moving on to the multiplayer one. Multiplayer options in here. Love these little figures down there, like that right there. I'm gonna change my YouTube picture to it. I'm just gonna steal it. It's mine now. They can't say anything about it either. Cheats are the next toggle, and these are basically like game rules and things that you can change about a world. If you turn that on right there, then we can actually change all of this. I like that this one is big front and center. This is, I feel, a pretty big one that probably people change a lot. And then we have all of these other ones inside of this thing too. Hopefully, eventually, Bedrock could have all of the game rules maybe inside of this thing, just like Java has. Next up, resource packs. I don't have any resource packs, and I guess they're under construction, so that's the thing. Behavior packs, same thing. And then beta features. So if you're not like me and you don't really mess with the betas, you probably don't care about this one as much. But if you are like me and you mess with the betas a lot, look at this. You can go in here and you can actually just toggle these things, and there's clear like explanations for what these are. Like the wild update, and by the way, this clean box, it's all so good looking. Activate beta features. There's a sound right there. I love the sound. All of these other things, no sounds because I guess it's just busted like I said, but they're explained. I finally know what custom biomes are. Now, that whole removal of the API scripting API in March, I don't know which one that falls under here. Maybe that's like one of these lower ones. I don't really know, but like I said, I've never used it before. But if I did use it, I would know exactly what it is for now. But it's gone forever. What do you think about this new UI? Do you like it or do you hate it? Share your takes down below. Definitely curious to see what you think. I don't know how you could hate this thing, but if you hate this thing, your feelings are valid. Just please explain them because you're making me really nervous. It's so nice. And just to refresh you, we also have another taste of the new UI inside of the dressing room. Now, this has been here for a minute, but these icons over here, completely new. And I think how all of this is set up in general, it's new UI. Now, there's also some other new UI coming to the game. I'm not sure if it's actually here yet. I figured we'll test it out right here. The emotes. Nope. This is going to be redesigned, I believe, but it is not yet. And it's very embarrassing that I don't have any emotes set.
Oh my gosh, how cringe. Does he really not use emotes? Wow.
You can barely see right now because of the rain. I know, but oh my gosh, who knew this thing could get even more beautiful? The white snow-covered trees all over this thing. Java needs this now, like immediately, right now. This is my second demand of the day. I know so many, but like, Java needs this now. It looks so good. That's amazing. Sliding over to the changelog now. So far, we've talked about the new seed thing, which, by the way, was a bug. I didn't realize that, but yeah, I guess it was a bug. We've talked all about frogs. There are also some animation tweaks here. And then we talked about that clean, beautiful new menu. Is that it for this beta? Well, definitely not. This is a very sizable beta. Check this out. So the changelog goes on, and it actually goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. There's a lot here inside of this changelog today. Check out this section right here, experimental technical updates. Now, this isn't for everyone, and I'm not saying I fully understand this stuff. That would be a lie, but look at this. There's so much here. This is a lot, and from looking at the changelog, it looks like there's a new module, which is a new module. It's a new module, and then we made some changes to some other modules. They're all modules and module changes. Like I said, I understand it. Or did I say that? I didn't say that. No. Really, I think the biggest takeaway from this week's beta, and by far the most exciting part of the beta for me at least, is this stuff right here, the new UI. Now, I know I asked you already, but what do you think? Do you like the idea of all of the menus on Bedrock Edition getting revamped and looking like this, or do you hate it? Personally, I really love it, as I've said many times, and in particular, other than the cleanness, one of the things I really like about it are the explanations. Like, everything is broken down and explained, and I think that's a really good thing. But that's going to do it for today's Bedrock Beta breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and link the changelog down in the description below. Check it out if you'd like to read more. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't yet, consider leaving a like. It really helps out. Thank you so much for watching today's video. That was really cool of you. And that's it. It's been me, your boy Waddles. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.